for this segment, I want to rank the top sports families all time, and we'll start at 1 and see how far we get in time, and we'll go from there. But I'll go first, and then we'll let Ben go 2, Isaiah 3, and then circle back. Like
number 1,
Ben Psaki. You guys didn't get the politics reference. I hear crickets. I said we'll circle back like Jen Psaki, guys. Joe Biden's press secretary that circle backs.
I think the P is silent.
I think my Scottish pastor called her Jen Psaki yesterday in a sermon. So I was just like, all right, we're gonna do this.
All right, okay.
I committed. Forgive me.
All right, let's do this.
So who do I want number 1?
I guarantee you are not gonna pick my number 1.
Did you really go with Secretariat's?
No, I didn't go with Secretary.
Secretariat's line of offspring.
Sheesh.
That'd be awesome if you did.
That would be neat. Yeah. I think I'm going to go with, give me Archie Manning, Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning.
Number 1, okay.
I think that's 3 quarterbacks that are probably top 25 all time.
There's an argument.
And I think Eli's probably right at 25, but like Archie's probably at like 20, 18 to 20, and then Peyton's obviously like top 3. So
that's my number 3. So
The Mannings need to be in the top 5. I can agree, even though I don't like Eli. I think he's an idiot, but
I don't really like Archie either.
Yeah.
Don't they have? Isn't there another brother? Isn't there?
Yeah, it's Cooper Manning. Yeah.
Yeah. How old is he?
I think he's the oldest, but he was a wide receiver that didn't make it in college.
Wait, who's Archie Jr.?
He's a QB in high school.
Oh yeah, he'll be a stud.
Yeah.
He'll make my pick look good in about 10 years.
All right.
I'm gonna go number 2, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Howe family here.
Yeah.
Mark and Marty.
So the coolest part about this is that they all got to play together, which is just absurd if you think about, and that really more than anything speaks to Gordy's
longevity.
Yeah. Still the oldest player in the NHL.
Just badassery.
Yeah,
I think he was playing without
Chris Chelios got close.
Yeah. So and they're all good. Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey, just incredible. And it's just really cool that they got to play together, because most of the time you see these, you make these lists or you look at it and they didn't get to play together. They didn't actually play on the same team or in the same game or whatever. Just because that's just absurd that it happened. So I think that deserves to be in the top 5.
I like it.
Yeah. Gordie Howe's brother actually played hockey too.
Yeah.
So, all right. With my number 1 pick, number 3 overall, I'm going to go with Darley Arabian and its descendants. So, in the 1700s, this is the most storied family in sports. Darley Arabian was one of 3 foundational thoroughbred racing horses. And 95% of all current thoroughbred racing horses are descendants of this one horse.
Wow.
Darley, Darley Arabian. 95% of all current horses trace their lineage back to this one horse. Can you imagine in 300 years if 95% of the NBA was LeBron James' offspring? It'd be insane. So, Darley Arabian. I don't even have to name any other names.
The Y chromosome. So the Y chromosome of all thoroughbred horses can be traced back to that single stallion.
One horse.
That's kind of absurd.
Well, I guess we should have just summarized this as like Ab and Eve's offspring. Come on. Some of them were the greatest athletes.
I mean, this is still crazy though.
I mean, I'm just educating the people.
Oh, I'm educated now. God.
If you go through it here,
I'm sticking with
the whole tire line if you want to read about it.
It's your story and you're sticking with it. All right.
I'm sticking with it. I'll pick the rest of my picks will all be humans. I promise.
Yeah.
I just had to give one.
All right. Give me Give me the Halls here. Bobby Dennis, Brett, the Golden Jet, Silver Jet, and Golden Brett.
Yep.
I think only 18 players in the history of the NHL have scored more than 600 goals over the span of a career, and only 16 of those are not named Hall. So let's run with that.
Yeah, they're just really good too. That helps. So that's awesome. I am going to go with this is tough because I got a few different options here. Yep,
Do it.
Do it.
I'm gonna go with the Ball family.
Oh my
what?
gosh.
Yep.
LeVar, Lonzo, Angelo, LaMelo.
I am going to defend it.
All right,
I could even remove LiAngelo from this because I might.
We're going to remove you from ever being a lawyer after this defense because this is going to blow. Let's hear it.
LeVar Ball. I hate LeVar Ball. I hate
everything. Could beat Michael Jordan.
He could beat Michael Jordan. Yep. He said it, so it's true.
It has nothing to do with LeVar Ball's ability on the basketball court. It has everything to do with LeVar Ball's marketing ability as marketing his sons.
Entrepreneurship.
It is incredible what he's been able to do. Like, there is no reason LiAngelo should have even gotten an NBA contract or even a cup of coffee in the NBA, and he did just because of his last season, because of what LeVar Ball has done. And it's really more than anything. I was reading a story about Imani Bates today. Guy that may or will probably not actually go to Michigan State because there's no way, but I was reading about that and his, the influence his dad has had on his life and whatnot. And it's LeVar Ball-esque, but not nearly as ridiculous. But really what they've done is basically like, look, we are going to basically plan our sons' life until they make it to the NBA. And we're literally just going to shield them from every outside force possible. We're going to do literally everything we can possibly do to allow them to make it to the NBA. And we're not going to let them listen to the outside, distractions, blah, 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 blah. And that's what, it's just incredible what they've done. Like, the way they were able to get LaMelo to the NBA is stupid. Like, LaMelo didn't do school. Like, that guy, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy the way they were able to get Lonzo and LaMelo mostly to the point that they are without doing it the traditional way. And I think that's a testament to the way to LeVar Ball and the family and just the way they've done it. They found a way to do it a completely non-traditional way. Lonzo obviously went to UCLA for 1 year, but you can't tell me he actually did class. So, it's just incredible the way they've done that. And I think, LaMelo's got a chance to be pretty special. Alonzo's, I don't know, he's probably a good 7th or 8th man really in the end in the NBA, but LaMelo's got a chance to be something pretty special. They also have kind of just ridiculous names, so it's kind of cool. So
I think the mom was also a college athlete.
I just didn't know we were gonna.
Was kinda.
I might have adjusted some of my slots if we were gonna rank them on like parental habits and like entrepreneurial rigor. Like, I didn't know that.
Joel took this seriously, and you and me are picking horses and LeVar Ball.
I was gonna, and Isaiah, if you take another stallion lineage, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
There are no other stallion lineages.
They're all Darley Arabian.
Descend from this one horse.
Oh,
doesn't matter.
Okay, I am going to go a little probably off your guys' board again, but it is humans.
Okay.
Also a pretty storied family. It's the Gracie family. So the Gracie family, you may know Rorian Gracie, who co-founded the UFC.
Yeah.
And Royce Gracie, who won 3 of the first 4 UFC tournaments. But they're like ancestors. Carlos and Helio are regarded as the creators of modern Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And Helio himself has 13 offspring who are black belts. And combined, they have 60 offspring who rose to some prominence in the MMA field. So,
do they just like breed, like they come out of the womb fighting?
Yes.
What happens?
They just beat their way out of out of
out of the womb.
the-
So whoever survives gets to continue.
The Gracie family, 60 Gracies achieved prominence in MMA, 13 black belts. I mean,
That's crazy.
helped found the UFC, won 3 of the first 4 tournaments. Pretty good.
All right.
All right, I'm going to try to bring this back to some normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, I'm going to go with the Matthews family.
I thought
And
about
then-
going with them. I thought about it.
So
Pretty good.
they obviously have Clay Sr., who produced Clay Jr. and Casey Matthews. And obviously Clay and Casey were notorious for their hair. I think
Yeah, fair.
Clay went to USC, Casey went to Oregon. But then you also have Clay Sr.'s brother, Bruce,
Mhm.
who is one of the best guards of all time, back with the Oilers. And then was also with Kevin Matthews. And then Jake Matthews is the current tackle for the Falcons right now as well. So, I mean, obviously you have Clay Jr., who's like a 4 or 5-time Pro Bowler, and Clay Casey was like a stud Oregon linebacker, but never really did much in the NFL with the Eagles.
Yeah.
So they're just all very solid NFL or former NFL players, and I think they deserve some recognition here with how many Matthews there are that made it this far.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to do. It's kind of crazy that that's even happened. I will go with. Yep, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Currys here.
Okay.
Just because I think Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. Del Curry is no slouch shooting wise in his career. Was a great guard. Seth Curry is
A great ninth man.
lesser.
Yeah, a good 9th or 10th man.
But he's still
But
shooting.
he's still a great shooter, good player. I mean, they're all NBA, solid NBA players. Steph
That's
is
still a
obviously-
top 5 shooter in the league.
Yeah, and Steph is obviously superstar status and
Yeah.
solidifying that this year. But if you're looking at pure NBA shooters, greatest family of all time, obviously. But I just think they deserve to be up there, probably top 10. They can all also play golf. I don't know if you've ever seen any of those programs. They can play some golf. Steph Curry did great in one. It was hilarious, actually. He was like 5 under in the first round of this one pro-am. And then they were like, oh my gosh, he might win this thing. And then he shot like plus 14 the next day. So, and was chasing balls in the woods and whatnot. But overall solid sports family. Didn't they have a 4th brother too? I feel like they did at one point. Or a 3rd brother, I should say.
They have a sister.
Yeah, I know they had a sister. Let me see.
You thinking of Riley Curry, Steph's daughter?
No, Aisha, his wife. No.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel like there was another one, but maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, even with those 3, it's pretty great.
All right.
It's just the 3 kids.
Dang. Okay.
Sidell, Steph.
Still easily the best shooting family of all time. So we can agree with that.
No doubt.
Okay.
I don't know though. I don't know. You could probably go with Reggie Miller and his sister.
Oh yeah, Reggie Miller could have been on this list too.
Because his sister once scored over 100 points in the first half of a high school basketball game.
Yeah.
Which
Young Wilt Chamberlain.
that was the first half. So
Okay, I am gonna actually pick a family you guys probably have on your lists. You might not have them as high as I do, but I just think like all 3 of them were just solid. So I'm going with the Long family.
Yep.
Howie, Chris, and Kyle. So Howie, Super Bowl champion, I think a 6-time Pro Bowler, and 3 or 4-time All-Pro. One of the best defensive linemen ever. Evolutionized the neck roll. One of the best neck rolls you've ever seen. And then Kyle Long, obviously longtime offensive lineman for the Chicago Bears. Pro Bowler as well. I don't know if he made an All-Pro team, maybe one, but just really good, really solid. Always was really good. And then Chris Long, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Not incredible on his own, but just on some really good Patriots teams, but was very productive on those teams. Like he was still like, it's really hard for any like one Patriots defensive player to get recognition just because their defenses as a team, like as a unit, are so good. But he was definitely like a stalwart for that team and those Super Bowl team. And he was on Philly when they won too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So on Philly and on New England. So he's just a good family. Yeah. And Howie Long, I also really like him on Fox Sports halftime show. So the commentator.
I think he's pretty good. I agree.
All right. Then for number 10, I'm going to go with the Jones family, and I'm not doing Thomas and Julius Jones. I'm doing Bones Jones, Chandler Jones, and Arthur Jones.
Lots of cocaine in that family.
A little bit of cocaine in that family,
Yeah.
Couple kilos for sure. But yeah, Arthur Jones is a defensive tackle, and he's probably the lesser known of all of them. He's a 5th-round pick in the NFL by the Ravens, and he played for 7 or 8 years. Obviously, Chandler Jones is still playing, and he's a top 5 pass rusher in the NFL right now. And Bones Jones, just unless he gets busted for steroids, is pretty much untouchable in MMA. So I'm going with the Jones family.
I like it.
I'm gonna go with our favorite bros, the Gronkowskis.
Oh man.
Heck yeah. Quantity over quality.
Apparently.
Gronk, obviously. I mean, Gronk has an argument for one of the greatest tight ends of all time.
I mean, yeah.
I think we put him on our top 3 in our list.
So I'd probably put him in my top 3 now.
I'd put him number 2.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously he elevates the family. But you know, the others have played football.
Practice squads, yeah.
Practice squads. You know, I guess I know Glenn was pretty good in college at Kansas State, so it was fun to watch him there.
And Dan played fullback for the Lions in the practice squad for a little bit.
Yep. So I mean, you know, it's certainly elevated by Rob there, and it's certainly elevated by the off the field antics by all of them.
Yeah.
And again, quantity. There's not like 2 good ones. It's not like a one father son. There's like 3 or 4 of them laying
exactly.
around.
It's about the amount, and that's incredible to even do. I mean,
and like they're all similarly the same position, like fullback, tight end, which is basically the same position in today's NFL.
Right, and it's not surprising knowing how they act at all. So, yes,
meatheads.
Certainly our favorite bros.
Well, I am going to go with some other bros, and I don't know if you guys have heard of this family. They're from a major sport, hockey. There were 6 brothers.
Stalls?
The Sutters.
Oh, the Sutters.
Yes. Yep.
Brian, Daryl, Rich, Ron, Dwayne, and Brent were all brothers. They played a combined 5,000 games in the NHL. I think it was Brian won 4 Stanley Cups, and another one of them won 2 Stanley Cups. But 6 Stanley Cups combined. They played in the 70s and 80s. I think there was a 24-year span where at least one Sutter brother was playing an NHL game. And then Brent's son Brandon and Daryl's son Brett are currently on the Carolina Hurricanes. So 6 brothers and then 2 sons, all NHL players, over 5,000 games played between them. Definitely quantity over quality, except for the one who was on 4 Stanley Cup championship teams. The other ones just had decent careers, nothing to write home about. But when you have six brothers all in the NHL together, like that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say that's close to the Stalls. Obviously, Eric Stahl was like the best one out of all of them, but Jordan was okay for a little bit, and I think there was 4 of them at the same time.
Yeah.
We'll go to 15. I think we have time for 15, so I'll do my last one here. For 13.
These are our last ones.
Yeah, we can go to 15. And we'll go to pick 6. So my last one, I want to make it semi-decent. There's so many choices left.
A lot of choices. We can always go to 18.
Maybe, well, again, if we fly through it, I guess. Give me the Watts, JJ, TJ, and Derek.
DJ.
Ooh, Derek. Ooh. Okay, sorry.
How does he not go by DJ, man? Come on.
He should have, because his middle name does start with J. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like it would be like BJ Upton or something like, because no one wants to be BJ anymore.
No.
You can't do that. That's not cool. You'll get canceled.
It's true. It's true.
That's how you get canceled, kids.
All right.
You can't have HJs and BJs anymore.
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Or ZJs. All right.
All right.
Name the movie. Oh,
I'm going to go with Venus and Serena Williams here.
okay, yeah.
Both at one point world number one in both doubles and singles. Venus has 49 singles titles, Serena 73. Women's doubles titles, Venus 22, Serena 23. Just pretty incredible tandem there. They were pretty much both at the peak at the same time. They both won Olympic gold medals. They both won, both singles and doubles. So Venus has made $41 million in her career. She is second only to, just under 42 million, I should say. She's second only to her sister, Serena, who has made $93 million in her career. And it's not, that's not a close second. That's just second. So both the highest earning women's tennis players of all time. Just pretty incredible story with those two. So.
Okay. Well, if this is our last one, I'm gonna end on a high note, and I'm gonna go because I remember this from when I used to watch WWE when I was in middle school. Randy, Bob, and Bob Senior Orton. So, Randy Orton currently, I don't know if he's still in the WWE. He's got to be like 40 by this point, but he's won like double-digit championships. His dad won double-digit championships, and his grandpa won double-digit championships. So, for the past like decades of years, the Orton family has been running the professional wrestling circuit.
Time out. I'm sorry. I Google Randy Orton, and the first story that pops up is Randy Orton continues war of words with Soulja Boy.
I saw that. Yeah. So
why?
They're arguing about each other's net worth.
Yes, Orton.
Rich people problems. Come on.
Oh, that's crazy.
Of all the people that argue too, what WWE guy goes up against a lame rapper?
Dude,
Soulja Boy challenged him to a match.
Oh. I was gonna say, dude, WrestleMania, Soulja Boy versus Randall Keith Orton.
Randy Orton is exactly 40 years old as well.
They're both performers, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shout out to a couple that I could have picked that I didn't because I went a little all over the place. The Griffies, the Bonds.
Oh yeah. The Andretti's popped up for me too. Oh, there's 4 generations of Andretti's, almost 5 now.
Yeah,
Earnhardt,
yeah, Dale and Dale Jr. and Hardaways. Don't want to forget Tim Hardaway, Princeton, Cecil Fielder.
Yeah, Glenn Robinson.
The Alomars, Sandy Jr. and Roberto.
The Browners.
What up, Floyd Mayweather Jr. And then you got like his brothers Roger and Jeff. I mean, Bill Sims, Matt Sims, Chris Sims.
The Browners. Joey Browner was a 6-time Pro Bowl safety. Brother was a 2-time All-American in college football.
Yeah,
you can go with quantity again too with the Fullers, Kyle, Kendall,
Marcus,
Vincent, Corey,
Vic, and Aaron Brooks. I like that.
The cousins. Yes, Shannon and Sterling Sharp. Those are good.
Yep.
Oh, don't forget about Bill Walton and Luke.
And
McCaffreys. How do we forget our McCaffreys?
Yeah. I mean, it depends. I don't think I'm going to put the McCaffreys up on the list unless Dylan and or who's his brother?
Oh, well, Luke, because Max didn't make it really, but
Dylan and or Luke, if they make it, I don't think Luke will. Dylan's got the best chance.
And then I can't believe we left out like the Bosas. Obviously, John Bosa was a good pass rusher, and then you got Nick and Joey too. But, it's a deep list. You could go 50 deep on this, no problem. But
it's been a lot of
50.
Pretty deep.
That's pretty deep.
We'll do 100. We'll do 150.
You're gonna get down on it.
Dude, I remember when we brought this up.
We're gonna get to BJ and Justin Upton.
Yeah,
exactly. They're gonna be 148. I can tell you that.
I remember when we brought up this topic a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I want to know if someone's 2-year-old made one of those little Tykes Duncan videos. And I'm like, if we do 150, that's where we'll be, dude.
You have Antonio Cromartie, Dominique Rogers.
I know we're gonna pick the Cromarties, just
Marcus Cromartie, yeah.
And then Antonio Cromartie's kids.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a good chance to build a football team with those.
I was gonna say Phillip Rivers. We just got to pick because there's so many opportunities.
Yeah, you might as well throw him on there because something's gonna work out.
Potential.
Yep.